Michael Justin Lee, what makes the Chinese way to wealth and prosperity unique from other cultures?
The Chinese way is underpinned by a focus on the long-term view and mastery in education. When you put these things together, it has been the major bedrock of Chinese success in communities all over the world, as well as in China.
In the book, you use AIG, before the fall, as an example of a company that networked ferociously and by that method was able to really succeed, crack the Chinese market and then the global market. Can you expand on that example?
Yes, indeed. It is a wonderful example of the Chinese concept of guanxi, which best translates as networking. AIG was in fact founded in Shanghai by Cornelius Vanderbilt Starr and built into a magnificent company by his successor, Hank Greenberg. Together, the two men played tremendously with the politicians of many Asian countries, but in particular China, and wound up becoming the first company welcomed back into China after the Communist Revolution. And its success was really something to admire, notwithstanding how their story ended.
Another company you highlight in the book is Hsbc Bank, and you say that they provide a very good example of the Chinese belief in loyalty. Can you talk about that?
Indeed. HSBC, which stands for Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank, was another company that was also founded in Asia. And through the centuries, it was a major success of the Scottish merchants. It was founded, it is now headquartered in London, but it was founded to primarily provide trade financing for businesses all through the Asian region. And again, like AIG, they managed to parlay their political and economic connections all through the region into tremendous success.
Frugality is a trait that you discuss in the book. It served the Chinese well. However, as the Chinese grow more prosperous, have more money, will they be able to keep saving? Will this change as they grow richer?
Indeed, that is the conundrum that China is facing now. The traditional savings rates, which have propelled China to such great growth, is in question at this moment. Will the younger generation save as their parents did? Lord knows I don't save as my parents did. Will the younger generation of Chinese in China save as their parents did? We don't have the final answer to this. The jury is very well out. They are, of course, getting more prosperous. Whether they continue to save and be as frugal as their parents, this is a major question involved. And I would point out, it's not unique to the Chinese in this regard. If affluence breeds spending more than savings, then there's a slight drag on future growth.
And in the book, you talk about the Chinese love of real estate. It's very important to them. People are talking about a real estate bubble in China. You travel there quite a bit. What's your view?
I wouldn't go so far as to call it a bubble. Let's call it normal inflation, which is not a bad thing at all. The Chinese love real estate. It is our primary asset in many, many families. And if that demand is enough to generate a little bit of inflation, that's a very good thing. Lord knows it's a whole lot better than the deflation we've had in recent years in our country. I wouldn't go so far as to call it a bubble just yet, but it is something that the Chinese authorities and the Chinese consumers need to watch out for.
This market is
Stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to